Fourth grade into math lesson 6.4. Use area models and distributive property to divide. I can solve multi-digit division problems using area models and the distributive property. Spark your learning. Sean is building a rectangular pen for holding sheets. The area of the pen needs to be 63 square feet, and the pen must be 3 feet wide. How should the pen be? So we've done distributive property with multiplication, and it's where we drew the boxes and then broke the double digit apart, right guys? Okay, so that's what we're going to do here too. So we are going to draw our box, and it's going to go at least 3 boxes, not at least, but 3 boxes down. And then this would be marked as a 3. And then we need a total of how many boxes? 63. Now, you guys are all really good at multiplication, and you know 3 can go into 63 how many times? That's a pretty easy one to go into. How many times does it go in there? 63 divided by 3. How many? How many times does 3 go into 6? 2. How many times does 3 go into 3? 1. So 21, right? So I'm going to go across 21 spots. Okay, and then we're going to make our box a solid box. Okay, so you guys just told me 21. So 63 divided by 3 equals 21 and 21 feet, because we forgot to pull out our stuff. Okay, now you may not always know that it's going to be 21, but what could you do if you don't know that? So we already have the 3, so we could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and so on, so on, so on, until we get over here to 61, 62, 63, right? Okay, so we could add little big X's in each box until we got there, right? Build understanding number 1. Reggie shears sheep for their wool. He places all the wool in this bag. Each sheep provides 4 kilograms of wool. How many sheep does Reggie shear? How can you break apart 92 into smaller parts that are easier to divide by 4? Okay, so they said 80. All right, what would be 92 minus 80?
Minus 80
Would be 12. So, all right, 92 minus 80. And then my answer goes right here, which is 12. So they said 80 and 12. So 80 plus 12 gives you 92. Okay. So they went ahead and were nice enough and drew it for us. Okay. So in this box, there are 80 pieces. And in this box, there are 12 small cubes. Okay. So, how does the area model represent the whole dividend and the dividend broken into smaller pieces? So, let's talk about that. How many total pieces are represented there? 92. Okay, they were just nice enough and broke one section into 80 and one section into 12 to make it easier to divide those two numbers, okay, instead of such a large one. So, how does the area model represent the divisor? So, the dividend went across the top, right? Okay, the divisor goes down the side. Okay, so this is just like the multiplication, only we're using division to break it into smaller pieces. Okay, so how does it show the whole number quotient is equal to, oh, they want us to work it out. So 80 divided by 4 equals, put 8 in my box. 8 divided by 4 is 2, and then add a 0, so 20 would go here, right guys? Okay, then here, 12 divided by 4 equals 3. So it's represented because we just did that, right? We took the 80 divided by 4 and got 20, and then we took the 12 divided by 4 and got 3. So if we took 20 plus 3, what would we get? 23. So 20 plus 3 equals 23. So that then tells us 92 divided by 4 equals 23. So Reggie shears 23 sheep. Connecting vocabulary. The distributive property states that multiplying a sum by a number is the same as multiplying each added by the number and then adding the product. Example, 10 plus 8 times 2. So then they pulled it through there and took 10 times 2 plus 8 times 2, where the distributive property also applies to division. Example, you can take 10 plus 8 divided by 2 and break that into 10 divided by 2 plus 8 divided by 2. Okay, so it's literally just like math, or like multiplication, except for you're using division this time. You're breaking the bigger numbers apart and then using your division. Use an area model and the distributive property to find 217 divided by 7. Break apart 217 into numbers that are easier to divide by 7. So 200. Do you guys see a multiple of 7 right there at the front? Yes. What is it? 21. But then I need to add a 0 to hold my spot. So 210. And then what is my other one? 7. Okay. So I'm breaking it into 210 plus 7 divided by 7. So then I write 210 divided by 7 and 7 divided by 7. Okay. Now we're going to use our box to figure that out. Okay. Now we used to, with multiplication, put the numbers on top and then find what went in the box, right? But like we all know, division is the inverse operation of multiplication. So instead of finding what goes in the box, we're going to find what goes on top of the box. So inside my box, I'm going to write 210, and in the other one, I'm going to write 7. Okay, so for this box, I'm finding what? 210 divided by 7 equals, put 21 in my box. Okay, so what is 21 divided by 7? 3, and then add a 0, so 30 is my answer up here. This box, I'm taking 7 divided by 7, which equals 1. So then over here, I take 30 plus 1 to get 31 as my final answer. Check understanding number 1. Aja has 54 pounds of wool. He uses 3 pounds to make a blanket. How many blankets can he make? Use an area model to find 54 divided by 3. So we know our divisor is going to go down here along the side, and I need 3. Okay. Now, what could I break the dividend into? What's some smaller pieces? Like we used units of 10 before, right? So what could be a unit of 10 we use now? 30. We could do 30, right? So if I put 30 here, how did I get from 3 to 30? Times 10. So I'm going to go over 10 boxes. I think that's 10. Oh, I went one too many. Okay, so we said we went over 10 boxes. Okay, if I take 3 times 30, or 3 times 10, or sorry, if I take 54 minus 30, what do I get left over? 24. So I'm going to put 24 here. Okay, now how do I get from 24 to, or what is 24 divided by 3? What times 3 gets me 24? 8. So I'm going to go over 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You guys told me 8. So what is 10 plus 8? 18. So she can make 18 blankets. All right, so now we're using our distributive property to divide, and this time we are not going to use our little box, okay? So 72 divided by 4. What can I break 72 into?
72.
Okay, can 4 go into 2? No. So with multiplication, you could just do that. But this time we're dividing. So we need to do a multiple of 4. And what did I tell you guys to do? Stick with units of 10 for the first one. So could I do 4 times 10? Yep. So what is 4 times 10? 40, right? And if I took 72 minus 40, what would I have left? 32. So then I pull those apart even more and put 40 divided by 4 and put 32 divided by 4. How many, or what is 40 divided by 4? Is 10. What is 32 divided by 4? 8. So 10 plus 8 is 18. 115 divided by 5. Okay, so we want units, right, to start off with, because that helps us break it down. So what could we break 115 into? Okay, well I heard 15, so that would work. So I could do 15, and then if I took 100 minus 15, what am I left with? 100. Okay, so then I'm going to pull that apart even more and write that down here. Okay, so now we're going to get what 100 divided by 5 is. So I'm going to put 10 in my box. What is 10 divided by 5? 2, and then add a 0 because I can't forget about it. 15 divided by 5 is 3. So my answer is 23. On your own, number 4, Deborah raises alpacas. So you guys are going to do number 4 with your guys' partners. Okay, we're going to do number 5 here in a second. Number 5 and 6, and then you guys are going to do 7 and 8 with your partners. So 4, 7, and 8 with your partners. Number 5, Malik hand spins wool yarn in 3-pound batches. He now has 126 pounds of yarn. How much batches has he spun? Use the distributive property to find 126 divided by 3. Okay, so what are we going to break 126 into? So do you see a multiple right there off the bat of 3? Yes, 12, right? So I would write 100, or I'd write 12, but I have to put a 0 there, plus 6. So then I'm going to pull that apart and say 120 divided by 3 plus 120, or not 120, sorry, but 6 divided by 3. Okay, so now it's time to divide it out. So I put the 12 in a box. 12 divided by 3 is what? 4, and add a 0, plus 6 divided by 3 is 2. So 40 plus 2 is 42. Okay, and then up here, I should have wrote the 120 plus 6. Okay, so our answer is 42 batches. So on number 6, 248 divided by 8. Do I have a multiple of 8 right there off the bat? Yes. 24, right? So I'm going to break this into 240 plus 8. Okay. Then I'm going to take parentheses 240 divided by 8 plus 8 divided by 8. Okay. I put 24 in my box. 24 divided by 8 is 3. Add a 0. Plus 8 divided by 8 is 1. So 30 plus 1 is 31. So like I said, you guys are going to do 4, 7, and 8 with your partners. I'll check it, and then you can work on your homework.